Hello guys, welcome back to another video. GW2, please subscribe and like, and please back with Game Week 2 predictions of the League One. Of course, Dan couldn't make it today because he's working, but I have got his predictions down below. So yeah, let's get straight into it. If you have already, please subscribe and like. And yeah, let's go straight into it. So we start off with tonight's game. There's actually a game on the Thursday night. It's a bit of a Yorkshire derby. It's Sheffield Wednesday taking on Bradford. Then I think this will be an interesting game. Sorry about that. Yeah, I do think this will be an interesting game. I think if you look at Wednesday, you expect them to be in the top two at the end of the season. I know they've signed Kieran Morrison, the younger 19-year-old from Liverpool earlier. So yeah, another signing for Sheffield Wednesday in their first week. They could beat Leyton Orient 2-1. And of course Bradford won. Can't remember the score number. They won 2-0 against Peterborough. I do think Wednesday will nick this. I just think at home in front of a home crowd, I think it's going to be a tight game. But I'm going to go Sheffield Wednesday to win this 2-1. Yeah, Dan has actually said 2-0 to Wednesday, so we went similar there. Next game is Doncaster against Barnsley then. If we're looking at both teams, 12:30 kickoff on the weekend. Barnsley, of course, lost 1-0 against Bromley, and Doncaster picking up 2-1 defeat against Mansfield. So both teams lost. I just think Doncaster at home, I think they'll probably win this. I think Barnsley, don't know if Barnsley every single season that you said they could have an okay season, really good season. Then they just finished like 14th, 13th, 12th. They're always around there. But yeah, I do think Doncaster probably are going to win this. Dan is up for us. He's saying 2-1 to Doncaster. I am going to back Doncaster as well, but I'm going to go 2-0 win to Doncaster. I do think they're going to get a clean sheet. Next game is Luton Town against Notts County. And I watched the Notts County game against Leicester, and they probably could have scored 2 or 3, to be fair. They looked really good going forward. They've got fast players out wide, and I think they'll score against Luton, but I think it's a very tough place to go to. Luton were 3-1 down at Reading, and they came back and won 4-3 in the last minute. So fair play Luton from coming from 3-1 down to winning 4-3 at Reading as well is very impressive. Notts County picking up a 1-1 draw at home against Leicester, but it's at Luton. I think they'll score 3 or 4 again. I do think Notts County will score, but because I don't rate Luton defence, I think they are going to concede goals this season, but I still think Luton are going to be up there at the end of the season. So I'm going to go Luton 3, Notts County 1, 3-1 win to Luton. Dan is actually saying 2-1 to Luton, so another 2-1 from him. So next game we are moving on to is AFC Wimbledon against Reading. Then I think Wimbledon are going losing 3-0 against Huddersfield, what I got right. Reading, of course, losing 4-3 against Luton. So both teams coming off with losses, but Reading gave it a go. They probably could have had something, but they bottled a 3-1 lead. So I just think you probably expect Reading to win this, but anything can happen in the league. You know, we're only going into game week 2, so anything can happen. Like, you know, I'm gonna go. Well, Dan is actually up first. He's saying 3-0 to Reading. I'm gonna say Reading to get a clean sheet as well, but I'm going 2-0 to Reading. Next game is Bromley against Cambridge. Both teams actually came up from with each other from League 2 last season. Of course, both getting promoted. Cambridge picking up a win on their first game back in League 1. Last time out, winning 3-2 against Wigan, what probably most people expect them to do at home as well. But no one expected Bromley to win. They went away to Barnsley and won 1-0. I'm up first, of course. I think this is going to be a tight game. Look, it wouldn't surprise me if Bromley nicked this because they're at home. I said that last time out when Cambridge was at home and they won. So, you know, I think it wouldn't surprise me if Bromley win this. They need to pick up at least something. I think to take 4 points from first 2. Same with Cambridge. If both teams come, you know, away with this 4 points, they'll both be over the moon. But both teams will want to win this. I'm going to go Bromley 1, Cambridge 1. I'm going to go down the middle and go a 1-1 draw. Dan is actually saying 2-1 to Bromley. So he is actually saying 2-1 win to Bromley. Next game then we move on to Leicester versus Burton Albion. Then a bit of a local rivalry, of course. You know, I think you expect Leicester to win this at home, but anything can happen. Leicester, of course, drawing 1-1 against Notts County last time out. Otherwise, Burton, of course, won 1-1 against Stevenage last time out. So both teams coming off with a point in their first game. I just think Leicester are going to be good at home, and I think this where, you know, they'll be fired. I think they'll start slow away as well, but I think they'll get it going. Dan is actually saying 3-0 win to Leicester. I do think Leicester are going to get a clean sheet as well and win. I just don't think it's going to be 3 or 4. I think it could be 2 goals in the second half. Do it for Leicester, and I think they'll win 2-0. Next game is MK Dons against Huddersfield then, and I reckon this is going to be a very good game. Yeah, I do think this is going to be a very good game. I think MK are coming off with 2-2 against Oxford last time. I think they'll be delighted to get a point, but they'll be disappointed to concede in the last minute. Huddersfield are winning 3-0 at Wimbledon. I think this got goals in it. I think Huddersfield are going to be good this season. Yes, they've only played Wimbledon, what everyone expect to go down, but I do think Huddersfield are going to get into that top 6. I think there's going to be goals here, and I think MK Dons 2, Huddersfield 3. I just feel like Huddersfield have the stronger squad, and I think they'll nick it late on and win 3-2. Dan is actually saying 2-1 win to Huddersfield. Next game is Peterborough against Mansfield. Then Mansfield, of course, coming off with a 2-1 win against Doncaster last time out. Peterborough coming off with a 2-0 defeat against Bradford. So I think Mansfield are going to be good this season. I watched them, of course, in midweek against Manchester City under 21s in that EFL Trophy. And how did they not score 4 or 5 Mansfield? I think Man City goalkeeper was on fire. So, you know, Mansfield could have got something in that trophy as well, but they lost 4-1, unfortunately. Made loads of changes, though, to be fair. Dan is actually going Peterborough. He reckons 1-0 win to Peterborough. Anything can happen. It can. I'm going to go Mansfield. I just think they're a good side, and I'm going to go 2-0 to Mansfield. I do think they'll get a clean sheet and win 2-0. Next game is Stevenage versus Oxford then. I think this is an interesting game. Both teams coming off with draws last time out. I think Stevenage would be, more happier because there was a way. There was that Burton, there was a way. Oxford, of course, was at home last time out against them great Dons. I think this is going to be one of them games, and Dan is actually backing Stevenage to win this 2-1. I just don't think Stevenage scored many goals. They didn't last season, but got into them playoffs. I'm going to go a 1-1 draw. Next game is Stockport against Blackpool then. I think Stockport are going to win this. They won 3-1 at Plymouth last time out. I think, of course, they're going to be good again this season. Dan is going 2-0 Stockport. I'm going to go 3-1 Stockport. I do think they'll score a couple of goals there. Next game is Wigan versus Leyton Orient. Wigan losing 3-2 last time out. Leyton Orient unfortunately losing 2-1 on Wednesday. But I fancy Leyton Orient to win here. To be honest, I think without Ballard they will struggle, but then again, they gave Wednesday a game and they played some nice football. I watched the highlights. I reckon Leyton Orient just nick this 2-1. Dan is actually going well different than me. He's going 2-0 win to Wigan. And the last game is Wycombe versus Plymouth Argyle. Plymouth losing 3-1 last time out. Of course, ain't good for them. If you're going to be up there, you want to start well. Of course, Wycombe, of course, won 1-1 last time out against Blackpool. Dan is actually going 2-1 Plymouth. I do think Plymouth are going to win this as well. I'm going to go 1-0 win to Plymouth. There you go, guys. There's my League One Game Week 2 predictions. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, smash the like, and I'll see you in the next video.